Welcome back to Fabricating Awesome Stuff. Aircraft have inspection holes cut in various areas in order to do inspections of critical parts every year when you're doing your annual condition or annual inspection on the aircraft. And typically these are 4-inch holes in diameter. And so we need to fabricate a cover to fit over one of the holes that I've cut in the fuselage. Since the hole is going to be 4 inches, then the cover needs to be 5 inches, which gives us 1/2 inch all the way around. So what I'll do is I'm going to make a cardboard template first of all, and so 1/2 of 5 inches is 2.5. So we'll adjust my compass to 2.5. And once we get the compass adjusted here, 2.5, that'd give us 5. So go ahead and draw a 5-inch circle on the cardboard. Okay, so we've got a 5-inch circle there. And now we need to find the center of that circle. The way we do that is with the compass and a straight edge. First of all, I'm just going to draw a line. It doesn't have to be in the center, just draw a line. We call it the chord line. And then we use the compass and we expand the compass to more than half the distance, say about 3/4 of the distance of that chord line. Tighten it up. Then we place the compass in the intersection of that chord line, and we draw a line below the line and above the line. Then we go over to the other side and we draw the compass line below and above, and so the intersection of that line, of those two lines, are the center of the center line for the circle. So this line that I just drew is on the center line. Now we need to find the center of that line. So we do the same trick by using the compass that is more than half the way. And we go ahead and we draw a line one side of this line and the other side. Then go to the other intersection. Do the same thing. And when those two lines cross, those 2 points, that is the center of the circle. So that tells us the center is right there. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and erase a couple of these lines so they're not confusing. Okay, so we need to come in a 1/4 inch from the edge, 1/4 inch from the edge, for the holes that we're going to use to secure this cover to the fuselage. So we're coming in a 1/4 inch on the center line all the way around. Okay. I'll go ahead and cut this out. Okay, get that cut out. Then I'll use a hole punch to punch a hole where the screw holes are going to be in the cover. Okay, there's one. Okay, so that's our template, and we've got the holes for the screws, and we'll go ahead and transfer that to a piece of metal. Okay, now we need to transfer our pattern onto a piece of metal. So I'm going to use a thin line Sharpie for that. And we'll mark our holes. And go ahead and cut this out. Using a left-handed aviation snip so that it helps you go in a left-hand turn to go around this circle. Okay, now let's go ahead and drill our pilot holes. Okay, and deburr the holes. Okay, and then we just need to deburr this outside edge because it's real sharp after cutting it. I'm going to do it on the Scotch-Brite wheel. It does a good job. Okay, there's some sharp edges on this panel that we just made, or this cover we just made. So we're going to use this Scotch-Brite wheel to clean it up and make it nice and smooth. Okay, that feels really good. Now that we have the inspection cover completed, next we need to fit it to the hole, the inspection hole. So the first step is we need to mark the fuselage. The cover is a 1/2 inch larger in diameter than the hole. So what we're going to do is from the edge of the hole we're going to measure up a 1/2 inch. And that's about where the cover, the outside of the cover should sit, so that when we put it on here and we get ready to mark the screw holes, we know that we have it in the proper position on the fuselage. Okay, so those lines that I just marked are 1/2 inch larger than the hole. So when I place this on here, I put the edges of the cover on those lines, and so now I know that I've got it centered. So from here we can go ahead and drill a pilot hole through one of them. And we'll put a cleco in there to hold it in place. Okay. We're going to use number 8 screws. So we're going to up drill this just a little bit larger than a number 8 screw. Okay, and we'll use a black cleco because that's a large hole. Okay, we'll take the clecos out and so we can deburr the holes. Go ahead and deburr the holes. On both sides. And deburr the holes on the fuselage. And we use a file on the inside of the fuselage to get the inside of the holes. Just knock the roughness off of it. Okay, those feel good. We're going to use nut plates on the fuselage. And so we're going to put the nut plate on the outside temporarily just to use it to mark the holes. Okay, we have the cleco on the outside, so now we can go ahead and pilot drill. Okay, we're going to use the rib nut itself to drill the first hole. And we'll put a silver cleco because these are 3/32 for 3/32 rivets. That'll hold it in place so we can drill the second one. Okay. Cleco out. That's the first one. We've got the rivet holes and the screw hole marked there. So we'll do the second one, same way. In the proper position, I'll drill this hole. Next we have to dimple the holes, and we dimple the holes with this dimple die, and we're going to run this all the way up to where it's closed because we want it to go, the dimple to go as deep as possible. We're going to dimple the rivet holes such that the rivet is countersunk and flush with the surface. And the pin in the dimple die drops into the rivet hole and centers it. Now we can go ahead and set the rivets, and the die is for setting the rivets are flat. And we'll run these up, not quite tight, leave a little bit of space to leave a tail on the rivet when we squeeze it. We're going to Cleco rivet the nut plate. We're going to rivet Cleco it in place. And insert a 3/32 rivet. And then squeeze the rivet. Okay, the rivet's in place. Move the Cleco. Get back in there. Okay, that's in place. Continue with the second one. Now we have threaded holes in order to attach this cover plate to the fuselage.